these out.
Welcome to the Crypto Confident Podcast. It's Ansela, and our special guest today is one of my favorite people, Freddy from Shieldfolio, creator of the Stone Book. Freddy has supported Grown Women Crypto and Crypto Vibes for about a year now, and I'm so grateful to him for all that he shares, not only supporting what we do, but also sharing some insight. Freddy shared with me the importance of the .eth domain. So if you've not heard of that and this is your first time hearing about it, check this out. He's going to drop some alpha. Look at me speaking Twitter and share with you guys what this means, why it's important, and why you may want to consider getting your own domain on the blockchain with the .eth extension. So welcome, Freddy. First, tell us a little bit about yourself for those who aren't familiar with you.
Welcome. Yes, thank you for having me on the show. My name's Freddy Hernandez. I'm the founder of Shieldfolio, the creator of the Stone Book, which is the seed phrase notebook, actually the #1 selling seed phrase notebook on the market right now. I've been in crypto since 2017. I plan to stay and help out the community, help out crypto and security-wise, helping them secure their assets. So happy to be on the show and talk about ENS, which is Ethereum Name Service. As you can see, I have the stony.eth on my handle right there. And I see you too as well, cryptoauntie.eth. Awesome. Thank you for being part of the ENS community.
Absolutely. Thank you for telling me about it and actually what it really means, because I was hearing about it, but until you and I had that Zoom call, I was like, okay, yeah, I really need to get my name on the blockchain as well. So what is this Ethereum Name Services all about? What brought you to it, and why did you decide it's something that you wanted to do?
So Ethereum Name Service they've been around, I believe since 2017. And it's basically a domain Web3 name to your handle, which is going to be your identity. They are one of the biggest. I know if you've heard of Unstoppable Domains, they're the next ones lined up, but Ethereum Name Service is the top dog. They're fully just on Ethereum exclusively. And it's just a new way. It's like I see the wave of the .com bubble, how that took off, and .coms where you could have a business, an online presence, and that's when the start of this new tech wave started. This is the new tech wave of the Web3, but it's not just the website. It's a payment address, your .eth. It's also a website. It's also a way to have identity throughout different sites, different platforms. And then you could also use the record system inside of it to do lots of smart contract. Let's say if escrow, you want an escrow, you want to do escrow, you can use the text records within ENS to do that. The possibilities are now, we've only seen about 5% of what ENS can do, but more utility will roll out once the subdomains, which is going to be huge, hopefully by the end of this year. But I'm so bullish on it. And as you could see, it's gaining popularity in the Twitter space, everybody having their .eth. It's like an identity status of yourself, of what you represent.
Okay. So could you explain a little bit, Freddie, about what you mean about escrow? You could use it for escrow.
So let's say in the system, let's say in ENS itself, there's a system within the website. I could see if I could pull it up, but I don't think I have it locked in. Let me see. Let me see if I could share my screen, okay?
Yes. So if you're listening to the audio podcast and you want to see what Freddy is sharing, just go over to the YouTube channel. I will put the link in the notes by the podcast, so you can flip over there and actually see what Freddy is showing us.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, so this is the Ethereum Name Service site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here actually a different handle I have. enstructional.eth. And in here is going to be the it's pretty much all the properties you have saying that you're the owner of this ENS domain, you're the registrant and the controller. So you have full access of what you can do with this. I have my address in here for payment address, which is the same address, my ETH address. So when someone wants to send me ETH, I could just tell them, hey, send it to enstructional.eth, and I would receive the ETH or an NFT or any digital asset within the Ethereum blockchain.
Right.
But down here, as you scroll down, it's called text records. Now, this is where I think a lot of innovation could be created. As you can see here, I'm using this ENS.eth domain with this NFT image to represent my identity. So this is in a separate wallet I have. But if I were to log into a website, like let's say ens.vision, or websites that they've integrated ENS within it, my image would come out. Not only my name, enstructional.eth, but my image of my avatar would also carry along into every other platform. So I went ahead and put that in the text record system, and that's just one use case you could do. You could also set up a website in here, and as you can see, I'm going to hop into a different site right here. I'm going to put enstructional.eth.xyz.
You have a typo. You have a typo. You have ESN. It should be ENS. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for looking at that. So enstructional.eth.xyz. And this is going to take me to, let's say, my wallet's special page. And this is like my .eth website, which is free, you could use. And as you can see here, this has my website. You could put your website of your business. It's kind of like a home page of yourself, your identities. You could put your personal business there. You could also see the different name. I have like Hello Kitty name, HelloKitties.eth. You can see my entire portfolio here.
Okay, so these are all the ENS domains you have.
Yes, and if I have other NFT assets, it would show here too as well. Like this, I have the Boss Beauties, so it shows there. It's like your portfolio, but on a web page, which is pretty nice. It kind of reminds me of like an Instagram of all your NFTs. But going back to the text records, in here, you could set up your email, your URL to your website, whichever website you want to have people access to, on that same page. And then if we go down to here, to let's say there's a content, it's probably not showing on here because I have to be logged in, but there is one where it's content, and you could put what is it, like website hashes in here. There's just in here, there's so much utility. And let's say with escrow, you could set up, like, let's say it gets very technical, but you could set up a subdomain, which would be like, let's say home.enstructional.eth. And within that subdomain, you could have, let's say, an NFT of your house, let's say partake. And in there, the user would purchase that NFT in that subdomain. And they would now own the NFT. They would own the home outright. There was no middleman. And you actually have contract details within that subdomain stating, hey, this is the home, this is the contract, this is how it is. Exactly what the escrow contains in it. You just create an NFT, but you use ENS text records to put all the contract information in there.
Okay.
That's why you utilize a domain. It's not just a domain, but I think ENS is big because it should be called Ethereum Record System, in my opinion. And it could be all done without coding in this setting feature they have here.
Just in that text record, you could do all that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, that's one example. Another example that I might try out pretty soon is to, as you can see there, the ape I have on the Shieldfolio Zoom. I could create a subdomain, and the subdomain will have a separate text record like this, but I would put the ape and I would put a contract IP license in there, and I could lease these out. Once ENS does this subdomain feature, subdomains are how you can lease out your subdomain. So when, let's say people have class.eth, they could lease out crypto.class.eth. Someone would get that subdomain
See,
and they would utilize it
okay.
for a month or a year, and every year they have to use it. But for me, it would make sense to do it, let's say my ape, and I can use the text records to put the contract for the IP license. So let's say when they come in, they would know, the user would come in, purchase my subdomain with my image in the text records. And in the content records, there would be a contract stating this is for a 30-day lease of the IP license to this artwork. And when you purchase, it starts that same time. And everything's documented on the blockchain.
Of course.
So that, and if that subdomain becomes invalid after the 30 days, but I used ENS to set this all up versus coding a contract, building a website. It's just a simple way of creating a contract with a great user interface that's easy to use.
That's really interesting. All right. So let's say, for example, I have cryptoauntie.eth and I want to create my own NFT for that name. So once I do that, right, I do that elsewhere, obviously, but then I can attach it to my cryptoauntie.eth wallet, like you have your Boss Beauties NFT there, right? And then am I also able to then do, like you talked about, if you want to sell a house, you could do an NFT. Can I also then do NFTs for my cryptoauntie.eth through this text record, the way people do NFTs on OpenSea, or no?
No, that's something different. It would be an NFT actually in a version of a domain. So let's say you have cryptoauntie.eth, right? And you have a website that you want to give your users access to. As you can see here, I'm gonna put up here, you could put this, you could put user1.cryptoauntie.eth, and you would lease that subdomain for a year. Someone would purchase it and they'd get access to your website for 1 year. So it's kind of like a subscriber. You're using ENS to let your users gain token gated access to your website.
Now I follow you. Okay. That
Yes.
makes sense. Now I follow you. Got you. That's
So
really, really good. Okay.
this is we're just the whole ENS community is just waiting for this to roll out, hopefully before Christmas. And that's when the real innovation of not just the payment address, but the way to utilize this as a token for access, for memberships, subscriptions, for exclusive events. It's just, and we have the user interface to do it.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, now I got you. Because that's one of the
not
things.
that many talk about that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do an NFT and it just seems so complicated because, of course, you want to have the real life perks. But this is great because you can give the exclusive content just right through here. I don't have to do anything super fancy. So that's
Yes.
really interesting. Okay, this was a light bulb moment for me. Got it. Wow. Okay. Oh, let's talk about one other thing. So can you go back to the other page where you had the text record thing? So here you say you can put your domain name. So let's say I want to put cryptovibes.com here where, you know, beneath your NFT where it says URL. So if I put cryptovibes.com there, does that mean that if someone goes to cryptoauntie.eth, they can see my .com URL? I mean, my .com website?
So you would have to redirect. I haven't gone that far into redirecting your .eth to. It's possible. I could get you that video of someone that did do it. But here you would put your website, your URL, and like I showed you in this in enstructional.eth.xyz site, it would propagate down below this. It would show your website. And you could also put your Instagram handle, your Facebook handle. I think there's more records here. Your Telegram, it would show up, and then keywords, and then your email as well. It's just like your business, like a business card, but on a web page that also displays your NFTs.
Gotcha. That you can also accept payments through.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Like I said, it's not just, most people see it as just payments or an identity, but like I said, we have like a couple months to go to it's real utility is going to be used, and you're going to see a big innovation of how ENS is going to roll out with the subdomains.
Yeah, okay. This is very enlightening for me because honestly, I went ahead and I got them because you said I should get them. And I said, I'll figure it out later.
Right?
Okay, this is great. Yeah, so what else you want to share with us? Because I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're busy. Is there something else you want to share with us? What's Shieldfolio up to?
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have an expo coming up this on the 18th,
Hmm.
and it's going to be here in Anaheim, California. It's like
Hmm.
going to be at DesignerCon 2022.
Okay.
So so I'm excited for that because it's my first local expo that we've actually ever been in.
Hmm.
So that's going to be fun. And then we got Black Friday rolling in. So that's going to be great too. We have some good deals coming on, actually the best deals we had since we started.
Hmm.
So I'll go ahead and I'll let you know about that. I'll be posting it.
Hmm.
Um, and then going into next year, we're hoping to go to Bitcoin 2023.
Okay.
Still up in the air though. But yeah, we're going to be pretty busy the end of this year.
Okay.
Um, we also got some new. Well, actually, they're just bundled packs. We've created the double security pack, which holds two stone books in one pack.
Hmm.
You get a good deal on that, and also a ghost pack. We bundled the ghost pen with the stone book. Now you can purchase. This should roll out by Black Friday.
Nice, nice. So I'll be sure to share that. And sidebar, Freddie will also be at the Grown Women Crypto Summit in January 22nd.
Yes,
Of course,
yes,
that's going to
that's
be
of course.
online. And
Yes.
so if someone wanted to get more information and better understanding, like with everything that you shared, they wanted to go a little more in depth and look into the ENS, Ethereum Name Services, where would they go? What do you think they should look at or look for?
You know what? On YouTube, there's great videos about it.
Mhm.
When you search for it, let's say you're looking at the ENS official YouTube channel. There is on Twitter, I believe it's ENS Academy.
Oh,
You could
okay.
you could look. They actually provide information about ENS. There's spaces hosted. Feel free to everyone to step into a space on Twitter. Just search for the ENS hashtag, and there's some throughout the day, but you can hop on in. They're pretty friendly. Just come in and say, hey, I want to understand more, or most likely they're talking about what's the next thing. Whether it's names, numbers, emojis. There's just so much people are right now just diving into in ENS. If you want to purchase ENS domains, to register is on this website I'm here now, which is app.ens.domains. If you want to purchase secondary, or if you want to purchase in bulk, register names, I do recommend this site right here. I'm going to pull it up. It's called ens.vision.
You said that's the purchase in bulk.
This is if you're looking for a marketplace and you can see the categories. So there's like the 10K club, which is like a 4-digit, a 999 club, which is a 3-digit number. The top sales recently, 287.eth sold for 18.5 ETH. There's an offer right now for NFT ETH on the table for 70 ETH.
Wow.
So these names, it reminds me of the .com era when it just started. So
Hmm.
there is some speculation here going on. You also have like the emojis as well, like the 3
Mm.
character emojis. Um, it's great to get creative with it. I'm gonna tell you right now, lots of names are still out there. Lots of names, yeah,
Mhm.
2-word names. Um, but kind of, I recommend getting something you want to utilize within, let's say, your business or your personal, you know,
Mhm.
in a personal way. We also have up here, you could register in bulk. You could register a lot of names at once and pay a smaller gas fee.
Okay.
Um, but this is like the go-to site if you want to purchase on the secondary market or if you want to register in bulk. I recommend this site.
So for those of us who are not familiar with some of this terminology, the secondary market would mean instead of getting it on the ENS website, you're purchasing it for someone else who already bought it, right?
Somebody that
Okay.
already registered it and they're
Right.
reselling it.
Right. Okay. Just so we're clear on what that means. All right. Well, this
Hmm.
was great, Freddie. Thank you so much for your time and sharing this and explaining it to us to see how we can get on in on this. And again, this is something that's brand new. Well, no, it's not brand new. I should say it's still in the early phases. A lot of people still don't know about it. That's probably a better way to say it. So this is an opportunity for you to get out there. And for those of you who remember the .com era where people were registering names they knew would be popular, that would be in high demand. If you can think of something like that and register it, and then once ENS becomes mainstream and the go-to, you may be able to sell those domains to the people who want them. Just saying. Okay. Freddie, you want to stop share for a second and we can wrap this up?
There you go.
Awesome. Again, thank you, Freddie, so much. And also for joining me on Twitter Spaces. We've been having a good time on Fridays doing our onboarding Twitter Spaces just to help people who are new come into the crypto space simply, safely, and securely. This is so important and appreciate you partnering with the Crypto Beginners Bundle and helping us get the seed phrase books out so people don't lose their access to their coins and their assets because it's a sad, sad thing to see that happen. As you know, right, Freddie? Tell us real quick how you came up with the idea for the stone book.
My wife threw away my seed phrase. So it was my fault. It was on a torn piece of paper. So it looked like trash. But thanks to her, I was able to create this notebook.
Right.
So
So this is
shout out
something
to
that's
her.
near and dear to Freddie and his wife's hearts. So, all right, Freddie, thanks again. We're going to let you go this afternoon and we'll be talking to you. We'll see you actually Friday when we have our Twitter space. So if you guys want to tune in Friday, 5 p.m., we have our Twitter space for the month of November. We're focusing on onboarding the right way because November is crypto literacy month. And make sure that if you're coming into the crypto space, be careful about what you're doing. Know what you're doing before you spend a coin. Set yourself up properly. You want to prepare for crypto. All right, you guys take care, and we will see you on the next episode.